Hi, welcome to another episode of Soda Desperado Play Star Wars The Old Republic. I managed to get one of my other characters from the other server over here. This one, I don't play too much. At one time, I was playing the shit out of this character. This was the main character over there. And that's why he's got... well, his inventory is... Is there an inventory thing here? No, I don't see an inventory thing. Let me do this. What happened is I left this character in the middle of character development. I was already starting to do like the Eternal War thing, or the Eternal Empire thing. And so I was doing multiple things with this, and then I just dropped it because I stopped logging in. Once I hit level 70, I just didn't see the point in going forward. But now they upped it to level 80, so now there's a reason to continue using this character. But the good thing is this character has, let's see, has a lot of companions because of that, you know. Basically instigated that part of it, and it does have good crew skills. Has archaeology. The only thing I need treasure hunting. You know, now I still have one other character over there that's a J. It's called J Essex. It looks like J. Those of you know who J Essex is, and it essentially is a Jedi Guardian. So that one I want to port over here, but I don't have the funds just yet. So porting something over here is like 1,000, and I'm getting like 500 per. So I would have to add coins, or I would have to just wait till I get my next disbursement. I paid for 2 or 3 months of this, so I should get another 1,000, and then I'll transfer that character over. Good thing about that logging in over there is I can try to up the level of that character as well if I want.
At your service, my
So
lord.
I'm gonna go over here.
Tunnel route is confirmed.
Now this one it's on the make hip. I've already done this on my primary character on this server, which is the sorcerer. This one's Ravager, or not Ravager, it's like a raider. I forgot what it is. I think it's called a raider. Or is it marauder? A marauder. And I mean it's okay. He's got okay shit on there, you know. Right now the oops, not that. That's not what I want. Wrong one. So I got level 70. I think I got level 70 mods. See right there at the bottom it says requires level 70. So I'm modded up level 70 wise, which is good. Got my companion Vet. Good thing about Vet is Vet's really good at healing. And I need that for this character. She's a level 42. She's the highest one I got. So I think the highest level is 50. Yeah, so I only need 8 more points. So I'm going to be stretching later on when I start making extra coin. Not right now, but I'll be making extra coin. I'll be trying to stretch so I can get her up to level 50. So I've already done these missions before in the sorcerer character. I just thought I'd get makeup done. I'm going to see how far I can go on this, but the whole thing keeps going to the point where you see let's see, chapters. You see, here's veteran mode. So you can grant the mission. See, I already did all this. The Eternal Throne. That's why I got the title Thronebreaker on this thing, because I did the whole thing in story mode. But you would have to do it all again in veteran mode. And then I think you would have to do, there's also master mode. But he already did all that. I'm just trying to get some of the purple stuff done. And I want to get him at 80 so that he's not so weak and stuff. Let's see. I don't know where we're going. Oh, that's the wrong place. Oh, these guys are trying to get me. I remember this mission. It was very difficult to do this mission because I couldn't find the buttons. Okay.
You're good to go.
All right. There we go. So it's like one's right here. There it is. See, it's hard to see.
First detonator set. All teams on schedule.
See, it's hard to see those buttons, but that's what they are. They're right there. I had to look it up the other day to do that properly. Oops. Shit, I got irradiated. And I got the Sith chamber on there. Yeah. Okay, here it is. There we go. That way I'm not here for 2 hours trying to find where the button is. Okay. So according to this... on fire. Okay. Oh, I went the wrong direction. Anyway, I got some videos lined up. One is a kid running around. He's asking Canadians what they think of becoming the next state. And he's asking their opinions, and it's really funny. Let me see if I can start it off. The guy's name is Nick Shirley, asking Canadians about becoming the 51st state.
How do you guys feel about Canada potentially becoming the 51st state?
51st state, why not? I think it'd be a good thing.
Do you think Trudeau is scared of Donald Trump?
I think so, yeah.
Some of Trump's ideas, you know, I hate to say it, are actually not bad.
Today I'm here in Canada and we're going to be asking the Canadians here how they feel about becoming the 51st state. Donald Trump has been teasing the idea for quite some time on social media, referring to Canada as the 51st state. He's even gone as far as posting a photo of him on top of a mountain range saying, "Oh Canada." He is now calling Justin Trudeau the governor of Canada. So today we're going to be asking the Canadians here how they feel about becoming the 51st state. And Donald Trump is also talking about buying Greenland and taking back the Panama Canal. So if this video gets 100,000 likes, I know that's a lot of likes, but if this video gets 100,000 likes, we will go to Greenland and potentially the Panama Canal. Give this video a like right now, 100,000 likes, and we're going to Greenland. Now let's go talk to people here on the streets of Canada. How do you feel about becoming the 51st state?
Oh, f*** off.
Do you think it's pretty insulting that Donald Trump is trying to make Canada the 51st state?
He's not trying to make it. It's just pure insanity. It just
It's just more craziness, you know, piled higher and deeper. It smells just as bad as it always does.
Would there be any benefits of becoming the 51st state?
I can think of about 1 million disadvantages, not one advantage whatsoever.
What would be some disadvantages of becoming the 51st state?
Everything. You'd be American. That's like, isn't that enough?
Do you support Canada becoming the 51st state?
Nah, who would want to be part of America right now?
Yeah, why wouldn't Canada want to be part of America?
Hell no, bro. Nah, you got it good here. Drinking age is 19, not 21. Weed age 19, not 21.
What do you think about Donald Trump? Do you think it's right of him to say and refer to Canada as the 51st state?
Not really. It's a little bit expansionist, but you know, I think Trump's a bit of a dick, but yeah, that's just me. I get why people voted for him. He's, you know, he promised change, and America does need to change, so we'll see how that goes.
How do you feel about becoming the 51st state?
I love it. I'd love it to do it.
Yeah,
I'm all in. As long as Trump ain't in.
Okay. Well, Trump is calling Trudeau the governor of Canada.
Yeah, well, that's fine with me. Trudeau's an idiot. They're trying to get him out, right? So Canadian politics has got to do what they got to do, and if they want to make it a state, I'm in.
Do you think it'd be a good idea for Canada to become the 51st state?
If I was younger, I'd vote yes. I'd vote no. But now that I'm older, I vote yes.
What benefits would it have for Canada if it were to become the 51st state?
Well, they'd have to spread out a whole bunch of shit for us to understand, because right now it's just an idea. We don't know what's going to happen to our pensions. Are we going to get a fair shake in the deal? Because they want all our resources. One way or another, they're going to get it down the line either which way. In 10, 20, 30 years, they're going to take it anyway. Right? Because they got no water, you know, they got a bit of oil, and we got all the lumber. I mean, there's 35 million here, and then there's resources.
Yeah, they have an abundance of natural resources here in Canada.
Yeah, and they'll be needing that.
And here you guys have 40 million people. In the United States, you got about 350 million. We have the biggest military in the United States. Canada has a decent-sized military.
Yeah, we got nothing.
Would it be beneficial for Canada to join forces with the United States?
Oh, well, yeah, we did in World War I, too. I mean, we were on the beaches, too, in D-Day. You know, it wasn't all America.
And then say Donald Trump gets Canada, and then he goes and buys Greenland. That'd be a pretty big country.
Well, yeah. Some of Trump's ideas, you know, I hate to say it, are actually not bad. And then you got some bleeding hearts going, you know. But Trump's, he's not a politician. He's a businessman. He looks at it in a different sense.
Do you think Trump could make Canada great again?
Well, we are slipping a little. What's our dollar today? 60 cents? Yeah, well, at least we'd be on par with shit like that.
And just a reminder, if this video gets 100,000 likes, we will go to Greenland. What do you think about Canada becoming the 51st state?
Am I allowed to use a swear?
Yes.
Fuck no. Also, they should just bloody try it and see where that gets them.
Do you think Canada would be able to withstand the United States?
Look, we burned down. All I'm saying is, remember what happened once to the White House? All I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. We know where it is.
What do you think about Trump referring to your guys' prime minister as the governor of the great state of California?
May I make a gesture? There. I think that sums it up quite nicely.
What disadvantages would come from Canada becoming part of the United States?
We love our healthcare. I love the fact that I can go to the doctor or the hospital for any reason and not get bankrupt. I also like not having school shootings on the daily.
What would be your message to Donald Trump for referring to your prime minister as the governor of the great state of Canada?
Thank you. On behalf of all Canada and with our full chest and all politeness, thank you. You f***ing Cheeto.
That's it.
Tangerine Mussolini.
And remember this witch, because she even has more choice words for Donald Trump at the end of this video. So far, it's actually been super interesting to talk to people here. Some people obviously want Canada not to become the 51st state. Others have said it's actually not the worst idea. And every single time when I do make these videos, I always use ground news to prepare and to be able to understand how people are thinking on both the left, right, and center. You guys can check them out, use them as well at ground.news/Nick or scan the QR code here on the screen. Ground News is an app and a website, and all in one place they gather news from all sides reporting on the stories shaping our lives. And for instance, on the topic of Canada becoming the 51st state, you can see how both sides are reporting on the issue. For instance, on the left right now, they're calling Trump a wannabe Putin as he pushes Canada to become the 51st state, while some sources on the right and on the center are actually analyzing the possibility. And Ground News has a lot of cool features, especially their feature called the blind spot. It surfaces important stories missing from the left and right media bubbles. And Ground News lets you think critically by seeing both sides of the issues without feeling overwhelmed. I use their app, but you can also check out their website as well. Go to ground.news/Nick or scan the QR code here on the screen for 40% off their unlimited access Vantage plan. I promise you guys will love Ground News. I use them to make these videos, and I promise you guys will use it as well, as you want to see both points of views from all sides. And now let's keep continuing this video as we ask the Canadians how they feel about becoming the 51st state. How do you guys feel about becoming the 51st state?
Go for it.
Yeah. You think it'd be good?
Yeah, it would be good.
How do you feel about Canada becoming the 51st state?
It's somebody's fantasy. It'll never happen.
Do you think Canadians should take Trump serious when he calls Justin Trudeau the governor of the great state of Canada?
No, I don't think so. I don't think you need to take Trump seriously for anything.
Are other Canadians worried about becoming the 51st state, or do you think that's just all a bunch of propaganda, lies from Donald Trump?
I think it's propaganda. I think it's another lie, but that's life.
How do you guys feel about Canada potentially becoming the 51st state?
I think it's a load of bullshit. It's kind of about it.
I mean, I couldn't foresee that actually happening.
You think it's possible that it happens?
No.
No, and I mean, like, even if it is, like, just like hypothetically speaking, if America were to like invade us, they would absolutely crush us without even like crossing the border.
Say Trump decides to take over Canada, what will you guys do?
I don't know.
Like, I don't feel like there's much you can do in like a situation like that. You know, like being overtaken is kind of just like a shitty reality for a lot of countries, and I just like really hope that doesn't happen in our own country.
Do you think it'd be the best interest of Canadians, especially with what's going on right now, to become part of the United States?
Okay, so I don't know, like, just speaking in terms of like our dollar, the value of our dollar has gone down, so like that would be a hypothetical good thing. But yeah, I don't know. I think like there's more downsides to it than positives.
Mm-hmm. And do you think it's insulting that Trump is referring to your prime minister as the governor of Canada?
I mean, Trudeau's kind of a baboon. He hasn't really done much good other than legalize weed. So, I mean, I'm all for insulting Trudeau, but yeah.
How long have you lived in Canada for?
My whole life. I was born here.
How do you feel about Canada becoming the 51st state?
51st state? Why not? I think it'd be a good thing.
A lot of people today have said it'd be a bad idea and they want Canada to stay their individual country. What benefits do you see of Canada becoming the 51st state?
Security.
Donald Trump said this about Canada. He said taxes are far too high, but if Canada was to become our 51st state, their taxes would be cut by more than 60%, their businesses would immediately double in size, and they'd be military protected like no other country anywhere in the world.
True.
Why do you think so many Canadians wouldn't want to be a part of the United States?
I have no idea, to be honest with you. No idea. Basically, I think it's a lineage thing, right? It's like people want to keep hold of their Canadian heritage, right? Mm-hmm. Which is it's understandable, but you know, there's a lot of benefits to it. There's a lot of negatives, I guess. Depends on who you are.
Yeah, but you yourself would support Canada becoming part of the first.
I would. Absolutely.
And what do you think about your guys' governor, your prime minister, Justin Trudeau?
He's got great hair.
Anything else good about him?
No. It's bonehead.
Bonehead. And,
Absolutely.
Absolute bonehead, you say?
Yeah, why not?
Would you guys consider Donald Trump a dictator?
I would consider him a man that has too much power for his own good.
Should Canadians be worried by him calling Trudeau the governor?
Yes, I think any person in power, including Trudeau, that takes tips or is influenced by Donald Trump is going in the wrong direction.
Do you think he is taking tips, or do you think he's scared of Donald Trump?
I think he's being influenced and he's scared.
How would 25% tariffs affect the country of Canada?
I don't think Canadians can afford groceries right now. So, like, we're living in a time where everything is incredibly more expensive, but our jobs don't pay us any more than, like, 20, 30, 50 years ago.
How do you guys feel about becoming the 51st state?
No.
Like, America has enough. They don't need to take the entire, like,
Yeah. I think it's
Canada.
kind of very disrespectful thing to say.
Do you think there'd be any advantages for Canada to become the 51st state?
No.
What do Canadians think about Trump?
Some of them like him, actually.
Yeah.
Some of them, like, hate him.
I hate
like,
him.
some of.
Why do you hate Trump?
I just hate his opinions. I feel like he's so. I don't know. I just don't like him.
He did say that he would reduce taxes by 60% and businesses would double. And you guys would be protected by the largest military in the world if you guys did become part of the United States.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean because of that you should like give away your country, right? Like you could like you cannot say that to the other countries. Be like, oh, I could make you guys more rich than give you country to me. It's not that. Yeah, it doesn't work that way.
Do you think Trudeau is scared of Donald Trump?
I think so. Yeah.
How do you feel about Canada becoming the 51st state?
Well, we kind of already are to some degree. We're a settler colonial project. Do
you think Trudeau is scared of Donald Trump?
I think so, yeah.
The Yankee Empire in terms of foreign policy, corporations, ever since like the 80s with neoliberalism, we pretty much de facto are, just not in the most overt sense.
Do you think it'd be good for Canada to become part of the United States?
I'd see not really much of a difference. I'm indifferent. I don't really like both settler colonial projects.
Do you find it insulting when Donald Trump calls Trudeau Governor Trudeau?
If there was only one silver lining to Trump, I would say, is that he's funny, for better or worse. And I just thought it was humorous, but knowing him, I wasn't really insulted or I wasn't really complimented. He is who he is.
And I can tell you're very smart. How would 25% tariffs affect the economy of Canada?
That would be absolutely terrible because that affects all forms of technology, goods, because when it comes to the United States or a lot of the Western world, including Canada, it's mostly fixated on consumption than it is on production. Because I'd say since like neoliberalism of the 80s, we've been predominantly on a service economy, like gig economies, like DoorDash, things like that, or just retail. There's no real industrialization anymore. There's no manufacturing. So the point is with that said, when it comes to goods, that would hurt the average Canadian for sure.
So is it safe to say if Donald Trump imposes a 25% tariff tax on Canada, it would destroy the economy of Canada?
I would say it hurt it very harshly, but I don't think it would destroy it per se.
Donald Trump is talking about making Canada the 51st state.
That was a joke on a dinner table, around a dinner table. That's all it was. He wasn't serious about it.
You don't think it's going to happen?
No. If they want to, they would have done it a long time ago.
Would there be any benefits for Canada if they did become part of the United States?
I don't know. We'll have to see if it happens, and if it happens, we'll find out.
How do you guys feel about Donald Trump calling Canada the 51st state?
I don't feel fine with that.
Do you think Canada will become the 51st state?
No, I don't think so.
Would you like it to become the 51st
No.
state? Would Canada benefit by becoming part of the United States by any means?
No.
And what's the main difference between Canada and the United States in your opinion?
People are more community-oriented here. They don't think they're a superpower country. They don't have the strongest army in the world. Yeah.
Donald Trump put on a post on social media that Canada would benefit because he said he'd cut taxes by nearly 60% instantly.
Yeah.
You guys would be welcomed in and have the strongest military in the world.
Yeah. No, I don't think that Canada would do well being 51st state of the United States of America. I wouldn't vote for it, so.
And would you vote for Trudeau again?
No.
How do you feel about potentially becoming the 51st state of the United States?
I'm not so sure about that question right now. I'm debating onto it.
Do you think it'd be good for Canada?
Good, somewhat not, right?
What would be your message to Donald Trump for referring to your Prime Minister as the governor of the great state of Canada?
Fuck you, Shitler. We can go on.
Do you think that's fair to call Trump Shitler?
Yes, actually I do. Very much so.
And if you could cast a spell on Donald Trump, what would you say? And how would you do it? Cosplay time.
Only one? I'm not sure there's any spell actually that would be adequate. Any single spell that would be adequate.
The most adequate one.
Be gone, I suppose. Just be gone. Yeah.
And like, how'd you flick the wand? Just flick it?
Just wave of the wand. Just be gone with force.
Have a great rest of your day, man. Stay witched up. And it just barely came out that Justin Trudeau is now stepping down as the Prime Minister and has resigned. That will still take some time for him to leave office. However, do you think that will stop Donald Trump from trying to make Canada the 51st state? We will see. Let me know in the comments down below. And that is the end of this video. Remember, if this video gets to 100,000 likes, I will go to Greenland. Make sure you are subscribed. This is Nick, and I will see you next video.
Nobody better mess with us now.
Wow. I'm going to finish this thing up. So you have to remove these lasers first, and then after you remove the lasers, it doesn't have a shield anymore. Then you turn the machine on at the bottom, and that'll target it.
Nobody better mess with us now.
Then you turn this on, and it'll turn on the cannons, and they'll help you. That's how you do that. There we go. Let me go back here. Alright, so I'll put that link in the description. Now, this is from Osmongold TV. This country kills illegal immigrants. This is a long one.
They just kill them? What? Let's say I want to go through this wall. I break through the wall. What happens to me next? You will die like a dog.
The lowest unemployment in European Union is Poland. The highest GDP after COVID, Poland. One of the lowest debts, Poland.
This is Dominic.
There's nobody there.
Member of European Parliament from Poland.
Look. It's like nobody there.
The country that just approved a new measure to shoot and kill anyone that tries to illegally enter their border.
Damn.
Unfortunately, one of our soldiers was killed
with a spear.
Because they behave like animals.
What the
Unfortunately,
fuck?
they don't behave like civilized people. We are the ones with this border. So we are protecting the whole Europe.
But Poland's strict border control and refusal to take in refugees from non-neighboring countries like Syria and Afghanistan has caused the EU to propose a €22,000 fine for each person Poland refuses to take in, and guys like Dominic to be labeled Islamophobic and fascist.
And Jean-Claude...
What the fuck?
Juncker, the Commission President, says that you're racist. You sound proud of the fact that you haven't taken any refugees.
Of course, because this is what our people are expecting from our government. That's number one. This is why Poland is so safe. I don't care. I care about my family and about my country.
When I see the...
I completely agree with him. I'm going to be honest. I totally agree with him.
Well, I do understand that this is for my future children.
Does Poland's strict border policy work? Is Poland significantly safer than the rest of Europe because of it? And do the people of Poland want open borders?
Poland are racist. We are proud of it. And I don't really want any immigrants in my country, you know? Thank you, man.
Before meeting with Dominique, I headed to the capital of Poland, Warsaw, to see what the locals thought of Poland's border and their border patrol now being able to kill migrants illegally trying to enter their country.
At university, what are a lot of the students' thoughts on, shooting down illegal immigrants who come through the border?
I've never heard about it. Okay.
It is bad because I don't see any purpose to use a gun for the person. First of all, we need to talk. We need to identify the intention of other person.
Oh my god, that's
yeah, I mean,
a tough question. But
It's a crazy question, right?
Yeah, but to be honest, I'm not sure how they're controlling the borders, but I saw a lot of refugees in the Centrum here.
There are a lot of immigrants all around Europe, and sometimes it can be dangerous for the Europeans.
What are your thoughts on if you
fucking based? Absolutely.
Came here illegally, what should be done?
Oh, I guess I should go.
Fucking exactly. Get the fuck out. It's crazy.
Do you feel safe here in Poland as a woman?
Yeah, very much.
You feel safer here in Poland as a woman than you do in India?
Yeah, it's more safe.
Yeah,
it's more safe. A lot safe.
You can walk.
I hear a lot of really bad stories about India, especially for women that go there.
Go to work at night. And nobody cares, and nobody's threatening you.
It's not very safe.
No?
Really, from the main street, I really feel not very safe because there are some strange people.
Here?
Yes.
Yeah, of course. Men in general.
Some sick people.
Okay.
They frighten me.
Who should the border keep out? Who should it let in Poland?
Nice people, kind, and with good heart.
Okay. Do you think having a...
I don't like the idea that a country is morally obligated to take in immigrants. I think a country has an obligation to take care of its people and the people that live there. If it can help people beyond that, that's okay. But there is a tier list, and the people that live in the country are at the top of that tier list. It's egotistic? Well, of course it is. That's the whole point. Yeah, absolutely. Refugee equals immigrant? Well, I would feel the same way about refugees as well. Because you take in a refugee, you're taking your money and you're giving it to that person. But that money was extracted through taxes that were put on your people. So at this point, you're basically stealing people's money and then giving it to someone who isn't even part of the country. I don't think that's fair. Is that really the ethical thing to do? I don't think it really is. If you bring in a bunch of people into the country that in often cases probably don't even speak the language of the country, how are these people going to be able to function in your society? Let's logically evaluate this. How could that possibly happen? And also, it's again, the entire premise is built off of the concept that this is a problem that needs to be solved. This isn't a problem that Poland is responsible for. It's not their issue. They have nothing to do with it. So they don't have any obligation to help these other people out. Why would they?
More strict stance on the border keeps Poland safer?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I know that many people have that opinion.
Okay.
I want to believe that it doesn't really matter from which country you're coming.
Okay.
If you apply to the culture.
I don't agree with that. You can't have a culture that stones women to death for adultery, be compatible with a country that has pride parades. It's not compatible. It's naive. Like, it's something that sounds good and it's like the right thing to say, but it's just completely blatantly and plainly untrue. And I'm not even making a value judgment as if, like, our culture is superior. Like, I like my culture better, but if I went to a place that stones women to death for adultery, I would respect and follow their laws because I'm in their house. I wouldn't try to, like, live my way over there. It's water and oil. It just doesn't mix.
It's gonna be fine.
Safety has nothing to do with the border.
Okay, nothing? What are your thoughts on immigration in Poland?
Я сам являюсь политическим иммигрантом, и поэтому не мне отвечать на этот вопрос. Я пока не сталкивался с какими-то негативными проявлениями в свой адрес.
Why did you come from Belarus to Poland?
Я политический активист, и обратной дороги в Беларусь мне на данный момент нет.
How was your experience going through the Belarusian-Polish border?
У меня чуть другой маршрут. Я прилетел из Грузии. Я жил в Тбилиси некоторое время. Поэтому в моем случае без экстрима обошлось.
Ну, я считаю, что здесь женщине безопасно. И заниматься бизнесом тоже очень хорошо.
What are your thoughts on their stance on illegal immigration and the idea that they'll kill you if you try to illegally enter through the border?
Но я считаю, по международному праву все страны защищают свою территорию. Но это на законодательном уровне.
Do they really just spray them out? Is this real? They just spray them out? Oh my god!
Страны защищают свою территорию. Но это на законодательном уровне. Никто из хозяев, но если есть граница существует, должны соблюдаться законные вот эти данные. Поэтому, но если ты нелегально пересечешь, ты
territorial integrity.
True. Считаю, что государство вправе применять оружие для защиты своей территории. Если ты бежишь от войны, пожалуйста, регистрируйся, получай документы, работай. Мне кажется, страна очень комфортная для жизни и, по-моему, очень толерантно относится ко всем беженцам. Я бежала от войны, и тем не менее, за года мы тоже здесь и открыли бизнес, и работаем, мы платим налоги.
What are your thoughts on the border here in Poland, as someone from Ukraine?
Fine. It's really fine. Yeah, it's no problem with servicing.
Was it easy to get here from Ukraine?
Yeah, really easy. Few hours.
Or you work here? Why did you come?
Yeah, I work. I believe like in most Poland, especially like the eastern part in Warsaw, we're like fully open for everybody who wants to come here in every purpose.
Is that
a lot
true?
of people lost their houses, lost the safety in their life.
Yeah.
So I don't see any problem with that. In my opinion, I don't have any problem with that.
Even illegally?
You know what? In my opinion, it is like hard to be illegally at this moment because you have to cross the border. I think this is not like the main spectrum of a problem. Most of them want to be illegally because they want to have a work.
So if they come to Poland, but they are from a country that's not a neighboring country to Poland, should they be allowed to come in here and be a refugee?
Yeah, sure, because we've been in this situation in Poland. We have a trouble history, so we need.
I think that like a lot of people that have this opinion are in a position to be able to have this opinion. Like, for example, if you ever applied this to something where it negatively affected him, I think that he'd probably think about it differently. It's kind of what I was saying about how a lot of people are very generous with other people's money. I think that if somebody like that, if they were negatively affected by it, then they would think very differently. Yeah, it's a luxury belief. I think it is. It's very much a luxury belief. And I think that it's selfish, too.
Help for our neighbor.
What are your thoughts on illegal immigration?
I think the crime rate is going much higher so far.
So what about like Syrian refugees, like Afghanistan refugees, Eritrea? Are they close enough to be considered neighbors, or should they go to the neighboring country?
They're not like, of course, geographically they're not our neighbors, but if they looking for a safe place, they want to be here legally, they want to have a work, they want to build a new life, I don't see a problem with that.
Have you heard about the Belarusian-Polish hybrid war, they call it?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
Of course, this is not correct. I mean, to allow or to bring people from outside just to push them in EU.
But before heading to the Poland-Belarus border to see what Poland says is a hybrid warfare at play where Russia is sending migrants from China and Africa into Poland for them to then enter the rest of the EU and then financially and socially destabilize the rest of Europe. I met up with...
Is this happening? What the fuck?
Dominique, member of the European Parliament,
It's the
and
guy.
Poland's Law and Justice Party. Is this man a racist, alt-right Islamophobe, as the mainstream media and leftist detractors call him? I want to ask him, how does Poland's new border wall work? Can any refugees come in? What is this hybrid war? And how does their border control differ from other EU countries? And more importantly, does it work?
And I'm very happy that we are on the street, not in the studio. You can see, and everyone can see, Japan. Yeah, the difference. It's beautiful.
I mean, okay.
Look different.
Okay, I gotta call him out on this. There is graffiti literally right behind him where he's talking about how beautiful everything is. I will tell you that. But if you compare it to San Francisco, it does seem a little bit cleaner. That's Polish art. I see.
The difference.
That's art.
It's beautiful.
Would this look different in Paris, London, anywhere in Germany? What are your thoughts?
I think the easiest way to answer it is Eurostat is the most important when it comes to the data. Okay. The safest country in Europe, Poland. The lowest unemployment, Poland.
Damn.
Crimes, Poland. So if you ask me about any data, we are leaders. And that is the fact. It's not my political opinion. When I quote this in European Parliament, they were very unhappy.
Also, if you want to support our
so is this true? Like, because I would imagine that if he's saying it and it's just blatantly untrue, people would have called it out and, like, nobody would be taking this seriously, right? Let me see. Crime in the EU by country. So let me see if I can find any information about this. It's definitely pretty far down there. So they aren't the safest, but in the runners-up? Yeah, it seems like Poland is safer than average.
It's on the ground, independent journalism that is not bought and paid for by corporate interests, along with uncensored early access to all my videos before they go up on YouTube, and exclusive DLC content that YouTube won't let me upload. Go subscribe at patreon.com/Tyler Oliveira for less than $5
really good videos.
a month.
The whole discussion on migration started in 2015 when Germany started this madness. In 2018, I said quite famous words: zero illegal migration in Warsaw, in every single Polish city. We don't want any illegals. Then they called me Islamophobe. If someone is from China, if someone is from India, or someone is, it doesn't matter who he is, what he believes in. If he's illegal, we do not want that. The difference between refugee and a migrant, especially illegal migrant, is very, very, very clear. The refugee is the person who flee from the country of conflict, to the first safe country. I didn't know that Syria is bordering country with Poland.
It's not.
It's not.
Okay.
So the first safe country. That is why we took over 2 million Ukrainians. Legal.
Because you are contiguous, you guys border.
That's right. That's right.
In the case of Syria, Afghanistan, Eritrea, that is not the case.
So you're saying it's not their job because basically they're not a bordering country, but they did for Ukraine? I think that makes sense. Yeah, that definitely makes sense.
Not refugees. I'm trying to repeat it every single time. If you want to come, you can come. Submit your documents, ask for a visa, stay here for 6 or 10 months, pay taxes, contribute to the society, and you're welcome. Why not? We are not North Korea.
Why are Syrian, Afghanistan refugees coming to Poland and not
migrants?
UAE.
Why Qatar did not react? Why
aren't they going to Qatar?
Very rich Arab country.
Okay.
Where is Qatar? I'm trying to ask this question for years now, and I cannot find any answers because we've been told that this is a...
I mean, he's right. Where's the moral authority in trying to tell Poland that they're doing that when there are other countries that are closer and also have a more congruent culture? Yeah, he's right.
Global problem, so there is a need for a global solidarity. So there is no global solidarity.
Sure.
Like Qatar is the great example.
Yeah.
Our soldier was killed with a spear by the illegal.
Terrible.
So that would happen.
What the fuck?
On the streets, if we would let them in. They started this madness by willkommen politik.
Okay.
That was the politic, welcoming illegals because they were hoping for cheap labor. They found out that those who came illegally, they don't want to work. They don't want to work, but there's much more crimes.
Sure.
So they said, okay, let's spread them around. Let's say that this is our responsibility and European solidarity, and then we're going to get rid of this problem. So in European Union, they started the thing they called quotas.
I can't believe that they've gaslighted themselves into bringing in a bunch of people from these random countries. I feel like this is probably just pushed by companies in order to get cheaper labor, right? I mean, that's what it has to be. I can't see how this is in the interest of an average person. You'd be surprised. No, it's pushed by politicians. In Canada, they do the same stuff. Destroy labor bargaining power. Yeah, I don't understand this at all. I'm actually kind of shocked that so many people buy into this globalist policy. It just seems so silly.
System. Okay. Each country should take migrants. They called refugees. That's how they call them. They says you're going to pay like 22,000 euros per person if you will not take them in.
And you guys said, no, we are not doing that.
Of course not.
What were the consequences to that?
Yeah, that's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So now they have to pay money for not funding random people? It's insane.
Old action, I suppose.
They tried to force us to take illegals. We said, no, it's better to pay. It's better to have frozen assets, whatever, rather than risk our own life.
Okay.
And look at the streets now.
Do a pan?
There you go.
Has Poland always been this way, Dominic?
This is what is needed to understand why we cherish our freedom so much. All right. Because of Russia.
Not random people? What are you talking about? What do you mean not random people? Aren't they random? How are they not random? Yeah, I'm confused. Well, this person not responding.
Russia, because of Germany, historically, Poland did not exist for 123 years. We gained our independence back in 1918. So after that, after 1918, we had a little bit of freedom. But then in 1939,
the thing
Germany
happened. Yeah.
And Russia attacked.
Both fronts.
Both. And we had this terrible communism in Poland for 70 years. That's why I hate Putin. I hate him because he's trying to go back to the Soviet Union era. The way he behaved, the way Russia behaved is unpredictable. 123.
I also want to say that, what he's saying here, this is kind of like the point that I was making about how you can very logically assume that because he thinks Russia is an adversary, because he hates Putin, he hates Russia, that he would want to help Ukraine because Ukraine is the country that is bordering Russia, right? And so, yes, obviously, Ukraine is being attacked by Russia. It's a common enemy. So, again, them taking in immigrants and people or refugees from Ukraine is in the direct benefit of Poland. You see how even whenever they are taking them in, the focus is still on the people that are living there. It's mutually beneficial, exactly.
Yes.
What did he say?
Finally, we have an MP with a great English.
There we go. When did this hybrid war begin?
You spray them down.
An act of Russia trying to antagonize? Of course. Because when you go through the papers, you see that the guys who came to Belarus are with the Russian visa.
Okay.
So we know that by the fact, it's not an opinion.
I see.
So the whole process of traveling is organized by Russia. And because of the green border with Belarus, they are able to come to Belarus and attack our borders. So it's organized by Russia, of course. And they want to destabilize Poland and other countries. Because the whole thing is not only about Poland, Hungary, Italy, and others. In this part of Europe, we know that Russia is responsible.
And when you push back against the Muslim refugees, illegal immigrants, whoever they were, why did they call you an Islamophobe? What happened there?
First of all, it's not true.
Okay.
One of my closest friends is from Syria.
Okay.
He came here legally. He started his company.
Yeah.
He paid taxes. He's been here for many years. Right. And we are very close friends. And he's from Syria, and he says, never ever.
Anytime that people use the phobe language, I usually assume that it's now you're using this language to try to shut down a conversation. Yeah, anytime oh, okay, now the it's a diversion. Yeah, it's a language game. It's some sort of bullshit, something like that. They're trying to guilt trip you. Exactly. Yeah, it's not that he's afraid of you, he just doesn't want that culture in the country, right? It's pretty simple.
Let them come in. Oh, of course, they call us racist. They call us Islamophobes. It's not true. They try to tell us that the doctors will come, engineers will come, that our society...
Sure.
It's all bull.
Do you need doctors?
Of course not. But we need doctors, not doctors, right?
Do you need their doctors?
No, thank you. Pay them. I want Poland to be like this, look.
Now, is most of the Polish government in agreement with your stances on this?
This phrase, be like Poland, because of decisions which were made by our government. Yes. Dzień dobry.
Dużo sukcesu.
Dziękuję bardzo.
Dobrą robotę pan robi.
Dziękuję.
Dominic, you're loved far and wide here, it seems. It's like this message is resonating with a lot of the public.
And you have to remember that this is a very liberal city.
Sure.
Are you a big fan of them?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Tell me about the live bullets, the fact that you can now kill illegal immigrants trying to enter the border.
I love it.
Love it. That's funny, man. Straight up, man. Straight up. Right.
Damn.
Right up the ass.
I love it. Yeah, not even a pause. He just says it, bro. Again.
It's like
about the live bullets, the fact that you can now kill illegal immigrants trying to enter the border.
I love it. If you are trying to commit a crime on the Polish soil,
oh my God,
you might be dead. We do not know if you're a refugee, a migrant, or a terrorist. That's why after our soldier was killed, our parliament passed a law that we can use live bullets to protect our nation. We heard that it appeared, but there is no such a zombie cities like San Francisco.
What did he call him?
Appeared, but there is no such a zombie cities like
Zombie city.
I mean,
because there are a bunch of homeless there. Everybody's pretty much
San Francisco. We don't have that. You know what?
Why not?
Jesus.
Because we are protecting our border.
Okay.
That's the way they try to smuggle it into the country. Any illegal activity is always connected to the drugs or guns. But drugs is a very good business. So it's not only about having illegals, it's also about security and anti-drugs war. So we are winning at the moment.
Damn.
You can see how happy people are.
Putin toilet paper.
How safe they feel, you can tell. It's just beautiful. You can't see this kind of thing in Europe anymore.
When do you think the rest of Europe lost this?
When they decided to be politically correct.
Damn.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Straight up.
Would you kill a home invader who's breaking into your home uninvited? That's the same for countries. Why would you not defend your home from people who want to break in and not just knock like normal people? You're right. No, you're right. Yeah, holy shit.
With the leftists, this is what they want. They want diversity. What kind of diversity? With a knife and a rifle? Is this diversity?
Beautiful.
You do not see soldiers with the rifles as you see in London or in France. There's no need. We are not racist. We are not.
Is it real? I always wonder, like, whenever I hear something like that, I always wonder how bad is it really? Because, like, there's a lot of spin on everything. Whether it's, like, you know, people in San Francisco, people in France or Germany or the UK, I really don't know. And I bet probably one person's experience might not be the same as everybody else's. It's really bad. Yeah, I bet it probably depends on where you're at. That's fucked up? Yeah, I don't know.
Islamophobes. We are logical. So I think it's very important to have this discussion, our discussion, while eating.
Okay.
I tell you why.
Why?
Because it's so peaceful. Can you show around?
Beautiful.
How peaceful it is. You don't feel any stress. You do not.
I'm going to be honest. I think he's totally fucking right about this. Absolutely. There's no crime. There's no bullshit. 100% he's right.
Feel any anxiety.
Yeah.
You don't feel threatened by anyone. You don't have anyone coming to your table and, you know, asking for money or whatever. You just sit, relaxing, you have a nice beer, and then you have beautiful pierogies. This is what I love about Poland.
I don't know how, like, you know, people have begun, like, they've been able to, like, morally hijack a conversation where bad actors and people that have malicious intent are supposed to be the people that you side with and you empathize with, and not the people that are law-abiding good citizens that are trying to just live their life. I don't know how that's happened. Yeah, it's guilt-tripping people. I think it is. I think it's guilt-tripping. And, It's disappointing that it works on so many people. It is.
That's
Do you
why
guys have homeless people here?
well, every country has homeless, but can you see any?
Why are the women so beautiful here?
What about men? Hello.
No offense to the guys.
Hey.
Poland is the last stronghold of normality in Europe and in the world in many, many ways. Come and visit.
And you made sure I wasn't a Russian propaganda asset, right?
I hope you're not. You would be killed.
All right.
The whole process of replacement.
This guy. Jesus.
It's just a fact. By the numbers. It's not my political
exactly,
opinion.
that's what I was thinking.
By the numbers, we are in a very bad situation. And listen to me, I do understand that you will have maybe someone who will translate it into Arabic or any other. Do not come to the Polish border.
What will happen if you do and you try to enter illegally?
You might be killed. If you will come here illegally, you will try to harm any of our soldiers. You will be killed.
Jesus. They hate Russia? Yeah.
Cheers, the pierogis, the Poland, and
come. I'm telling you.
DUM on
This is
stream?
the only interview in my whole career when I let someone record me while I'm eating.
How is it? As a man of the people.
It tastes like freedom. It's Saturday
Man.
night.
Look. There's no beggars. There's no homeless. There's no fentanyl.
We don't do Chick-fil-A. We don't
McDonald's.
No, we don't.
Burger King.
No, we don't.
KFC.
No, we don't.
Damn.
We do proper Polish, very healthy food.
What are your
Wow.
thoughts on Poland?
Wait, that's very healthy? I don't. Well, okay, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. That's a full-on glizzy, yeah.
Rome, Italy. Yeah.
Do you feel safer as a woman?
Yes. Yeah.
Do you feel safe in Rome as a woman? Or Italy? Sorry.
No, not at all.
Why?
Wow.
It's dangerous.
Where are you from? When you compare Rome,
He's going for
which I visited, what do you feel like?
Because it's not safe.
Why is it not safe?
Because we don't feel safe like walking alone at night.
Who are you afraid of at night?
Men.
Which men?
They're clearly trying to bait. We're afraid of the immigrants and the migrants, but they know it and they don't want to say it.
Men in general, or specific types of men who come from different
Yeah.
Like men.
Italian men?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
What do you think?
No.
Can I ask you?
Here's the thought.
Can we please order in the meanwhile?
Yes, they do.
Should you buy them one?
Thank you.
Should you buy them one? Okay, they don't need it. They can buy their own. Why do you think they feel unsafe in Rome? Let's be honest.
Because of Africans, they are afraid to say something.
So his argument is that African migration to Italy has had an impact increasing the rape in Italy, for example, or in Germany, or in France, or in UK. Would that be accurate? Would you stand on business to that fact?
No. When we meet like a guy in the street, we don't know if he's Italian, English, Spanish. It's like a potentially danger.
Okay.
Can I ask you for your, what do you think about Ramirez and Meloni?
Go.
Meloni?
She's going to deport people now. What are your thoughts on that?
What do you think?
Good or bad? No trick answer.
Good or bad?
Totally bad person.
I don't know who that is.
She's not tolerant, she's racist.
Oh, right.
Racist, she's not tolerant. Oh.
Bro, this guy is so out of pocket. This is crazy. Oh my god, you getting banned by our president? Yes. Dude.
So you don't know who's raping?
I don't understand the question. Like you're trying to say something.
She doesn't understand the question.
What are you trying to say? This.
Okay, so one more question. Who's gonna win in US? What do you think? It's gonna be Kamala or Trump?
Oh.
Kamala.
There you go. Thank you very much.
Forgive us for not coming.
Oh my
Jeez.
god.
That's so sad, man. That's
There
true.
you
That's
go.
the way it is.
Ladies,
Uh-huh.
we support leftists in U.S. why they want Kamala to win when they are not happy about safety in Italy because of illegal migration. What the is going on in their brains?
They said a few words.
He's completely right. I completely agree with him. Absolutely. Yep. 100% because it's people don't want to say the thing that's not popular, right? Yep.
Inclusivity, right? Acceptance, right? I think that's it.
The real acceptance is in Poland.
I'm from Iraq, I'm Kurdish, and it's been 2 years I live in Gdańsk. I study masters.
So what are you doing in Poland?
Yeah, I study masters in international business.
So you are from Iraq, moving to Poland to study?
Yep.
Are you legally in Poland?
I'm legally in Poland.
Okay.
My man.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Appreciate it. I watched all of your videos. And I totally support you. I love that you respect your country. I'm also like, are you Christian? I'm an
interesting.
Welcome, brother.
He switched sides.
Whatever you are, if you are legally in here, you are very welcome.
Yep.
I really like that you put Poland and Polish people first before anything else.
That, like you said, we have normality here.
Okay, normality.
We don't have chaos here.
Okay.
You can express your whatever you are. Just don't push your agenda on someone.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I'm with my girlfriend. And
where is she? Come over. Come over. Is she Polish?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dzień dobry.
Hello.
Mam na imię Dominik. Cześć. You're super. You just get You're very welcome.
There we go.
You see the difference between illegal and legal presence in here.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, have a beautiful night.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Man.
Yeah. She was cherished. She was taken care of.
Uh-huh.
If you want this Hollywood movies, this beautiful stories of love to be real, you will not respect our women. We're gonna take care of you.
Simple.
Jesus.
You can.
And with gratitude and respect.
Pay your taxes, get Polish wife, become a Polish. Be like Poland.
After a night out on the
Oh
safe
my
streets
God.
of Warsaw, Dominique took me to Poland's border they share with Belarus to show me a project they've spent $2.5 billion on to help.
So why couldn't we do this?
Because we've already been corrupted by the woke culture and all that shit.
Yeah. What the fuck?
That's a way of thinking.
Hey.
Poland Polish.
So we're here. This place looks brand new. They're not messing around. They're strapped. They got camouflage. They got big guns. They're not here smiling. They're here straight-faced. Who are you? Why are you here? So luckily we have the clearance. We should be good to go through. Let's see how big and bad this wall is. They're not messing around.
Holy shit.
Okay, that seemed intense.
They did not play around.
No jokes.
Do they know who you were?
Yes, they know, but the procedure is procedure, and I respect that.
Yeah.
This is the border of European Union with Belarus. We are the ones with this border. So we are protecting the whole Europe.
How new is this?
Well, the wall...
They're keeping them out.
Very fast, I must say. When
Jesus.
the first attempts, look, soldiers all the way through, but don't record them, don't record them.
I'm pointing at myself. This is a training camp, this is home. What is this? They live here?
Well, when they have a service night, they have a place to change and prepare and this and that. It's a lot of them. Our border was not ready for that, but what we did, we reacted straight away. We built the wall. You're going to see the wall in a minute.
After the murder of the guard?
No, that was beforehand. When the whole madness started in Europe, our government decided, okay, that's enough. We're not taking all this crap. We're going to build the wall.
But how exactly are they sending the refugees or the illegal immigrants?
What they do, they invite them to Russia.
Okay.
They are getting tourist visa. They pay for it. Then they are transported from Moscow or other places in Russia to Belarus and then to the border, Polish border.
And I've seen some TikTok videos of people trying to break through the wall.
Well, yes, they try every single night.
Sure.
It's not like
they're trying to dig a hole. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Like this, really, this kind of sucks. I mean. Yeah, that's not so good. They try,
It's not like you don't have to protect it. You do have to protect it.
Okay.
Let's park here and
they didn't even try, That's a shitty hole.
Looks peaceful out here. What time do people start trying to break into the wall?
Every night about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. This is
this is like Minecraft or like Valheim or something, where it's like at nighttime you have like the hostile NPCs come and try to attack your base. Like, it's just crazy, Rust. Yes. Oh my god.
When they trying to cross the border, they know that this is the best time. Oh, you can see soldiers now. You can see some guys.
So he's aware of our presence. He's on guard.
You just said that it's very peaceful.
Sure.
It is peaceful. It took us 30 seconds to have a soldier reacting for someone's presence. Nie przekraczamy, mamy...
Mógł mi pan przypomnieć, jak się pan nazywa?
Dominik Tarczyński.
Does he know you?
Yes, but you have to say your name. There's no jokes. That's why I think they're professional. They know their job.
A to trzeba mieć zakrytą, tak? No najlepiej by było, bo to też dla swojego spokoju, nie? Że oni później nagrywają...
They got the whole wall right there.
Tak? Tak, nie wiadomo, kto się wczai.
I'm surprised they don't have drones doing that, actually.
So he says if we don't have masks, for us it's not good to be there because they are recording Russians and Belarusians. They want to know who's into the subject, who's interested in the border protection. So for our own safety, if we don't have a mask, we shouldn't enter because it's not safe. It's a war. It's not a joke.
So we'd be in the database.
Yeah.
And is this largely contested right here? Are people trying to go through this?
Right. That's
shorter, much shorter compared to this.
And it was thousands of them.
Thousands
of them in one day. They were trying to force Polish border, and they lost. Okay. We stopped them. It was, I don't know, maybe 10,000 of them. A lot. So a lot of things going on at the moment.
Look at that. There's clothes right there. People are trying to
They tried to do the same shit that they did to us in various other countries.
See this soldiers
and just tried to bum
and they kept them all out too. Holy shit.
Shit.
To see the wall.
They kill them? Probably
when
not.
I see the wall, I do understand that this is for
there's
my
plenty of
future
people
children,
that got hurt.
for my future wife, for my future family. I would say to every single leftist, if you don't believe that this is war, come and see. Come and see.
Let's say I'm from Syria. I want to go through this wall. I break through the wall. What happens to me next?
You're killed. Dead.
Shot.
You will die like a dog.
You will die like a dog.
Jesus.
Hell, go to Area 51.
Oh my god. He said we're just going to shoot you.
And see if they don't kill you like a fucking dog.
It's fair warning, yeah.
You can hear now.
Who is that? Belarus?
Yeah. You can hear them. Yeah.
You can hear them.
It's a speaker or people?
No, the people. They're in the groups. They communicate as well. They're very well organized.
Bro, it's like a survival game.
I think they are.
They're in the trees.
Trained, paid, obviously. Sure. They are not just simple people.
Like mercenary groups?
Oh yes. You can tell that Russia pays well to destabilize, like Poland and other countries. They want us to spend money on this rather than around healthcare or anything else. One of their colleagues was killed just from this kind of distance.
Yeah.
He with the spear.
With the spear.
Yes, so it's not safe for us to be here because
that's
it's just
a spear,
moment, and you might be dead.
So basically, this was a news story a while ago. A Polish guard got killed by a migrant or a refugee with a spear. Yeah. Like an actual way, and this isn't like this is in the year, not a few months. Like this isn't in the year like 800. This is like a few months ago.
O'clock in the morning.
Yeah, it's like this year.
4 o'clock in the morning. The war starts every night.
Then we hopped in the car to visit another part of Poland's border deep in the forest. That used to be a completely weak border just a few years ago. A little bit creepy out here.
Oh yeah. You wanted to come and see.
Yeah.
And this is reality.
Sure. Keeping our eyes peeled to see if we see anyone in the forest. It's not impossible to get through the wall, but it's highly unlikely given the amount of security here. Yeah. I thought this would be a little bit more lax, like some parts of the southern border in the U.S. This is not relaxed.
This is war. This is completely actual war.
We made it. We'll hop out so you can see, but this wall is in the middle of the forest. The road is not even paved, just to emphasize how rural this location is.
We had to do it in the middle of the forest.
Yeah.
There was no infrastructure.
Sure.
Because that is a green border.
Yeah.
So
yes, we see soldiers already.
We can see the border actually as it is. Look how long it is.
Yeah. And not only that, we have barbed wall.
That's a
and then
massive fucking wall. Holy shit.
Soldiers, right? So that's very important.
Oh my god.
Fully masked up with their faces
That's
too.
huge.
They are recorded by Russian, so they don't want
what's this here? Could this be Russia sending migrants here on purpose to try to strengthen right talking points, similar to how Putin endorsed Kamala? I mean, I don't know. It depends. Like, I think that's a good point. There's definitely a possibility that could happen. Yeah, I mean, who knows? I mean, they could be doing it for like 3 or 4 different reasons. I think that like with doing something like this it's something that can serve multiple purposes.
And there's cameras in the forest right now?
Yeah, does it matter? Yeah, it doesn't really matter, exactly.
Recording soldiers. That's right, that's right. So day in, day out, they're watching these walls.
They're probably going to ask, who are we?
Sure, fair question. All those cameras right there. Massive surveillance. Hi.
Everyone who died because of the terrorists in Europe is because your lack of decisions, lack of bravery, political correctness. You are responsible. Leftists are responsible for chaos in Europe. And they think they fight us, Republicans, conservatives. You're not fighting us. You're fighting with your own nations. We are protecting our own nations. And this is the proof. Can you hear that?
Whoa.
They're throwing stuff. We
heard it. I heard a rock.
Yeah.
Should we say hi?
No, they're throwing rocks.
Why?
Because they behave like animals, unfortunately. They don't behave.
What's so crazy about this is like this guy is just so raw with it. He just explains it like he's like, yeah, why are they doing it? Because they're animals. Like that's why it's what they do. That's it. Holy shit. Yeah, no filter at all. It's I think it's like it's like a shock to hear somebody it's like not filtered at all, especially after listening to like people that kind of talk around it. Oh, well, this isn't really what we think, etc. Right? Uncensored, yeah.
Like civilized people. You can see on the video.
This long?
They can easily, like long spear. It's like on the video when our soldier was killed. It's easy for them to throw it and kill you.
Let's get out of here. If you can't hear it on the mic, they're throwing rocks right now. People do want to get in. The question is, when will they try and how will they be punished? Let's get out of here, yeah?
After seeing the symbol of Poland's defiance against the EU's push towards diversity, open borders, and economic opportunity for those less fortunate from countries that are culturally dissimilar, I met up with Dominique in Brussels to see where Europe's elite politicians meet and decide the fate of an entire continent.
Oh boy.
Okay, let's go. I'll show you how we do it.
Amazing. What's the current split between liberals and conservatives in parliament right now?
It's about 100 conservatives on 720 MEPs. So it's not much, but I think it's better to be a strong, small group rather than a massive. You know the story of 300.
Sure.
It's us.
What are your thoughts on the...
This guy is great. It's like we're the 300. Oh my god. This is amazing.
The EU in general.
I don't like it.
What are your thoughts on Brussels?
I don't like it at all. Okay. I tell you why. Again, I'm trying to be very objective, but I cannot be blind on statistics. Rapes, killings, stealings, stabbings. We don't have it in Poland.
Sure.
And when you see official data from here, from Eurostat, you see how Poland great is.
What is this? Wait, hold up.
And when you see official data from here, from Eurostat.
Poland's food prices are Europe's lowest. Okay. Yeah, now we got a graph. Share of people reporting crime, violence, or vandalism. And Poland is... Oh, damn, it's all the way down here, 4.4. Damn. Yeah, that's way less. Holy shit.
Greatest.
That's 2018, though?
But then, when we are trying to tell them
could be worse
the
now.
reason of all this, they don't want to listen. They think that they're better, smarter. And now,
how large of a check would I have to write to buy you out?
You don't have this kind of money. You see, the difference between me and the rest is that I don't need sponsors. I don't need it. That's why they don't own me. That's why I can say what I think and what I believe. This is what they're afraid of. The voice of the people.
Oh, this is it?
This is it.
If we pop in?
Yes, it's closed, right? Okay, so this is the place.
Oh, there it is.
Votes, and this is the place where we have speeches. We have 2 buildings. This is the machines for voting.
Okay. What will it take to make Europe great again, in your opinion?
To go back to the roots, Roman law, Greek philosophy, Christianity, not only as a faith, but also as a culture, as the way of living, mentality, art, music, everything. That's why I think Roman law, Greek philosophers, and what we had, not only last century, but throughout century is great. I want to raise my future children as a Christians. So when you see attacks on
I've
Europe,
never been like a huge religion enjoyer, you know, but everything else I can kind of agree with.
You see attacks on Christianity, mainly on Catholics.
20 years, how do you think Europe will look like at this rate?
It's going to be very, very bad. It's not going to change for better. I think it will be more killings, more stabbings, more terrorist attacks, more wokeness, unless most of the nations will change their governments. So, please God, they will wake up. But the change will start if Donald Trump wins in US. Because whatever happens in US, it happens in Europe 6 or 10 months later.
Do you think we'll see walls like what we saw in Poland and other?
I don't know, really. I mean, is that really true? Like Donald Trump winning? I'm not sure. Yeah.
They're European
yeah, I don't know about
soon.
that.
It's a matter of time. Yeah, 100%. The final word to the viewers and to you would be always remember who you are. Be proud of who you are. Do not be afraid. Be brave. Fight and make your life great.
I know this is a tough one. Dominic, are you single?
Yes, I am. Why?
I don't know. I'm sure some viewers might be curious.
What kind of question is that?
Come on, you gotta think about family, no?
Yeah, I am single, so. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much.
Be like Poland.
Be like Poland. Be brave. Cheers.
Bye, Dominic.
Bye.
Wow. I'm gonna be honest. When I heard about this,
let's say I want to go.
I thought this was going to be like, I thought this was clickbait. I was like, oh, there's no way they actually are doing this. Oh, this is, yeah, I'll link you guys the video. Yeah, this guy's great. I've watched Tyler's videos a lot. I think this one's really good. This is pretty crazy to see. They built this whole wall. They'll actually shoot people if they come over. Oh my God. They threw a spear over there. And, like, I think that also there's a big component to this that's focused on, it seems like a lot of this is a response to what they believe is, like, Russian proxy aggression, I think, where it's like Russia is sending over immigrants to destabilize Poland. So it's actually not even entirely against the immigrants themselves. It's more or less, like, against Russia by proxy.
That guy was so fucking manly, it scares me. That's why he's asked if he was single, because a lot of women, they're going to hear a man talk like that and they're going to get interested. Because they're going to think, well, that's a real fucking man. That's why he put a little advertising out there for the guy. Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, if it was, it probably used to be that way in the United States, but corporate in the United States has gone crazy, and they've gone, they're the ones behind woke and all these other programs out there that are in people's brains. Even some of the religions are really a corporatized thing. It's all about corporate influences and, you know, being politically correct, like the gentleman said. And political correctness is something you sometimes just can't afford. We can't afford to put houses and food in the bellies of hundreds of millions of people. Not hundreds of millions, but millions of people. If we could, we would have done this a different way. You know what I mean?
Nobody better mess with us now.
She's an excellent healer. That's why I kept Vet, besides the fact she was hot. It's just, Vet was always a good healer. But once I get her level 50, man, she can be supreme. Okay, oh. Anyway, let's see. It's been an hour 19. Damn, I got to come back and see this. I got to see the visuals because I'm watching it with you guys. And let's see. Like I said, I can't switch screens anymore. The damn thing craps out.
Hey everyone, how's it going?
This is another one, the Finance Zone. I can't believe this just happened to Mark Zuckerberg. It's dated 4 hours ago.
Hello and welcome back to the channel. Dylan here. We have a major bombshell today about Mark Zuckerberg that you do not want to miss, okay? He just went on the Joe Rogan podcast and exposed the Biden administration during the show. All right, and a lot of people are skeptical about Mark Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg also brought in Dana White into the board of directors over at Meta, overseeing Facebook, who is Donald Trump's best friend. And Mark Zuckerberg is also trying to turn Facebook into X, basically a free speech platform. So a lot of people see this as a very positive thing, but a lot of people are also very skeptical about Mark Zuckerberg. Okay, we are also going to be diving into his multi-million-dollar home, you know, hundreds of millions of dollars that he's spending on his house in Hawaii. And a lot of people are pissed off about because he kicked out locals. So we're going to dive into all this, but before we do, we're going to read the Bible and pray because God comes first. Amen? Comment amen down below if you believe that God comes first. Today's Bible reading is Romans 12:2. Do not conform any longer to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will. Amen. Comment amen down below, my brothers and sisters. And now let's jump into the video. Okay, so Mark Zuckerberg just said that the Biden administration would call Meta to scream and curse at them to censor their true information on their platforms. Holy SH word. This is absolutely wild. Zuckerberg said the administration will call them and tell them to censor true info, including a Leonardo DiCaprio meme about blank side effects. They pushed us hard to take down the things that were honestly true. Anything that says that blanks might have side effects, you basically need to take down criminals. This is insane, guys.
These people from the Biden administration would call up our team and like scream at them and curse, and it's like these documents it's all kind of out there.
Did you record any of those phone calls?
I don't think we but I think
I want to listen.
I mean, there are emails. the emails are published. It's all kind of out there. And basically it just got to this point where we were like, no, we're not gonna take down things that are true. That's ridiculous. They want us to take down this meme of Leonardo DiCaprio looking at a TV talking about how 10 years from now or something, you know, you're going to see an ad that says you're eligible for, for this kind of payment, like this sort of like class action lawsuit type meme. And they're like, no, you have to take that down. And we said, no, we're not going to take down humor and satire. We're not going to take down things that are true. And then at some point, I guess, I don't know, it flipped a bit. I mean, Biden, when he gave some statement at some point, I don't know if it was a press conference or to some journalists, where he basically was like, these guys are killing people. All these different agencies and branches of government basically just like started investigating and coming after our company. It was brutal. It was brutal.
Damn.
So at the beginning, it kind of seemed like...
It's kind of crazy because this whole time, like, Mark Zuckerberg, he's been a huge Biden supporter, right? And he donated all this money in the past to, you know,
now they're treating him like
indirectly help Biden through, you know, those donations to help get voter turnout. But not only that, my friends, Mark Zuckerberg lately has been getting really involved in the UFC, and I think that's why he's doing this interview. But he's like good friends with Dana White. But like Mark Zuckerberg is like been going to UFC events. He's like a huge like UFC fan now, which is kind of crazy because there's actually studies that show that if you're a fighter, if you do MMA, if you do boxing, if you just literally learn how to fight, that you'll become more conservative because you know what it means not to be a freaking wuss, and you have to actually fight for yourself, and it actually makes you conservative. So Mark Zuckerberg getting involved in the UFC could have legitimately like made him conservative. Like it's actually kind of nuts to say, but like, you know, maybe it was just like the perfect storm. Like he's, I guess, good friends with this guy Israel Adesanya, who's one of the best fighters in the world. I guess he's like friends with Mark Zuckerberg in one way or another, and Mark Zuckerberg's there. Obviously Donald Trump goes to these events too, and I have to say Mark Zuckerberg is like not that bad at fighting. Like he's actually, you can tell he's not doing this for show whatsoever. He's actually a legitimately decent fighter. Like you can tell he's put in the hours. This is not a, you know, it is a hobby for him, but it's also a way of life for Mark Zuckerberg. You know, I'm trying to give Mark Zuckerberg the benefit of the doubt because I know a lot of people look at him very critically, but I want to look at it from both sides. You know, Mark Zuckerberg, he's spending a lot of time training with very high testosterone, good fighting men who are, you know, it just turns you, how could this not turn you into a conservative? You know what I mean? It's just pretty nuts.
Rarely do, but I think I can speak for the martial arts community.
Like even Joe Rogan talks about how Mark Zuckerberg becoming conservative or getting involved in the UFC, it's actually huge.
For real, sincerely, we're very happy. I think I can speak, rarely do, but I think I can speak for the martial arts community. We're very happy you're bored. It makes it fun that someone is, you know, a prominent intellectual, very intelligent person who's really gotten fascinated by it, because it does help to kill that sort of knuckle dragger perspective that a lot of people have about the sport.
No, I think it's super intellectual in terms of actually breaking this stuff down.
You were talking about having an MMA fight. Are you still entertaining that?
I want to. I mean, this is my thing. It's like, and I think I probably will, but we'll see. I mean, it's 2025. I think is going to be a very busy year on the AI side.
Yeah.
And I don't, like, I think the idea...
Okay, we'll skip over that part because it's not really relevant. But Mark Zuckerberg, you know, he is getting into fighting. And he's, you know, maybe that's one of the reasons why he's becoming conservative. I mean, just take a look at the way Mark Zuckerberg just talks about Donald Trump. He's basically a Trumper now. He's basically a MAGA. Like, even the way he dresses now is different. He's gotten rid of his nerdy clothing, and he's, like, wearing a chain. He's, like, has a cool hairstyle. He's, like, maybe he's finally growing up and becoming his own... You know, he's becoming conservative. He's getting older. He's getting smarter.
About the 2024 presidential election.
Okay.
Facebook has been a flashpoint in many elections around the world. And you personally have been called out, most recently by former President Trump. This is a big election. What do you think is at stake?
Well, I mean, look, it's obviously a very important, and it'll be a historic election. You know, I feel like I'm best positioned maybe to talk about what our role will be in it and what we're going to do. And
you cannot tell me that this man showed up to the voting booth and did not vote for Trump. I think he showed up and voted for Trump. I do.
And look, I mean, the main thing that I hear from people is that they actually want to see less political content on our services because they come to our services to connect with people. So, you know, that's what we're going to do. We give people control over this, but we're generally trying to recommend less political content. So I think you're going to see our services play less of a role in this election than they have in the past. And personally, I'm also planning on not playing a significant role in the election. You know, I've done some stuff personally in the past. I'm not planning on doing that this time. And that includes, you know, not endorsing either of the candidates. Now, look, I mean, there's obviously a lot of crazy stuff going on in the world. I mean, the historic events over the weekend. And I mean, on a personal note, it's, you know, I mean, seeing Donald Trump get up after getting shot in the face and pump his fist in the air with the American flag.
He's legit a Trumper. He's talking, like, only MAGA people talk about that moment. Liberals hate that happened.
Is one of the most badass things I've ever seen in my life. But, and I think, look, at some level as an American, it's like hard to not get kind of emotional about that spirit. in that fight, and I think that that's why a lot of people like the guy. But look, I mean, we're living in a pretty crazy time, and I view our role here is to make it so that everyone can express their views on this stuff, but we're going to try to manage it so that way the politics doesn't drown out the human connection and the community, which is, I think, the main thing that people come to our services for. And we're not always going to get that right, but that's what we're going to try to do. And I think that that's probably the best role that we can play.
Interesting for sure. So one thing I wanted to shift focus to is Mark Zuckerberg and why he's buying up like over 1,000 acres of land in Hawaii, because this is absolutely crazy.
Zuckerberg is building a $100 million compound in Hawaii, and by the way, that's just the price of the house alone. It's not even including the land, and I know I said this before, but this place is on track to be wilder than any other residential home we've talked about here on the channel before. His new home is partially constructed, and they're saying that this is going to be one of the most expensive personal construction projects in modern history. It's going to consist of several mansions and over a dozen buildings that will all be connected by a tunnel which will also lead you to a 5,000 square foot underground bunker.
I wonder why Mark Zuckerberg's building this crazy 5,000 square foot? That's like 3 of my houses. He has 3 of my houses underground. That doesn't even count the multiple mansions that's being built on top of the ground. It's just crazy.
Awesome. And the place is about as private as you can get. Zuckerberg has amassed over
1,500 acres. Holy crap.
Acres of land to make 100% sure that he'll never have any neighbors. It sounds like a pipe dream on the surface, but this story is very real. Construction has been happening here for a while now, although basically everything happening on site has been super top secret. One of the people working on the home told a reporter that working on this project is kind of like Fight Club. We don't talk about Fight Club. Shout out to Wired, by the way. They did
Yeah, it's Fight Club. We don't talk about Fight Club. It's crazy. But you know what's absolutely crazy is that Mark Zuckerberg actually sued Native Hawaiians for their own land. And Native Hawaiians are absolutely pissed at Mark Zuckerberg.
I'm on the island of Hawaii, an idyllic destination for honeymooners, Hollywood blockbusters, and now Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg's own private sanctuary.
Yeah, his own private sanctuary. That's crazy.
So now a billionaire comes in with his money, doing it by force, removing people out of their land.
What little land that was left for us now is up for grabs.
Yeah, it's crazy. And remember how the whole wildfires happened? I'm curious to see also what's going to happen with the Los Angeles fires and who's going to be buying up those properties, you know, like, because it's like just to build a house takes what, maybe 2 years, and that's when you have all the money in the world. That's talking about planning, permitting, construction, design, you know, for whatever, doing your finishes. But you're talking about thousands, over 1,000 buildings now that are burned to the ground. And I mean, I don't even know how many years it would take. And these people, you know, I can't even imagine the insurance claims they're going to be dealing with. A lot of these people got dropped from their insurances. Who's going to be buying up that land in Los Angeles? Because the Pacific Palisades homes, a lot of those homes are like $5 million plus just for a normal house. Like I was telling my friend, Pacific Palisades is one of the most desirable neighborhoods in the country because it's a residential neighborhood right by the ocean that's close to the city. It's not like Malibu's expensive, but Malibu's far away from LA, like West Hollywood, Beverly Hills. Pacific Palisades, it's right by the beach, but it's also close to, you know, West Hollywood, Beverly Hills. So that neighborhood, like my house, would be worth like $5 million just if it was in the Pacific Palisades, just because it's that desirable of a location. And you're talking about, you know, 1,000 of these buildings, some of them 20, 30, 40, 50. I mean, the Malibu homes too. You're talking about $50 million homes being burnt down. who's going to buy up those properties? Is it going to be someone like Bill Gates or Mark Zuckerberg who's going to, oh, I'll come in and pick them all up? Now, Zuckerberg also had a meeting with Trump. This is the real reason why he met with Trump at Mar-a-Lago. Let's tune in.
Mark Zuckerberg going to Mar-a-Lago yesterday. I saw something, and then I saw a clip where he's talking, Tom, and Elon's like, somebody's like, hey, you think you can fight him? Elon, I have never seen, he's like, I will beat his ass any day, anytime, whenever you want.
Yeah, Elon and Mark Zuckerberg were supposed to have like a legit MMA fight. I hope it still goes down.
So I think him going there, and I guess it was, is it Jim Miller? Is it the new guy, the bald guy? Stephen Miller is coming in, and he's recognizing that Trump is an agent of change and prosperity, and that Zuck wants to be a part of it. And so I kind of feel like, how do you think Elon's taking that, where this guy's coming in there?
Well, let's read this. Okay. Let's read this. Zuckerberg dines with Trump at Mar-a-Lago, and marking a notable meeting between a Facebook founder and former president who had been banned from the platform after January 6, 2021 Capitol attack. A Meta spokesperson confirmed Zuckerberg was invited to discuss the incoming administration with Trump's deputy chief of staff, Stephen Miller, stating Zuckerberg wants to support the national renewal of Americas under Trump's leadership. Zuckerberg has shifted toward a more positive stance on Trump, praising his handling of an assassination attempt as bad as earlier this year and accusing Biden administration of pressuring the Facebook to censor. By the way, this is AP News.
Yeah, this is crazy. We've never seen a switch up this nuts of Mark Zuckerberg in the past supporting Biden, and then now all of a sudden he's like a huge Trumper. I mean, basically a Trumper, right? You're not going to go meet up with, Donald Trump if you actually believe he's Hitler, like if you've been watching Joy Reid and Rachel Maddow, right? Now, Mark Zuckerberg, he also brought in Dana White onto the board of directors and is now restoring free speech on Facebook.
Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg announced Tuesday morning that the company's platforms were going to move in a new direction. Specifically, Zuckerberg said he wants to return to the platform's roots and restore free expression by changing the moderation. Here he is discussing that.
That's crazy.
So we're going to get back to our roots and focus on reducing mistakes, simplifying our policies, and restoring free expression on our platforms. More specifically, here's what we're going to do. First, we're going to get rid of fact checkers and replace them with community notes similar to X, starting in the US.
The tech mogul also said that Meta's platforms were going to get rid of restrictions on topics like immigration and gender identity.
Meta has been using automatic scanners to detect policy violations, but it is now stopping that practice. Instead, it will redirect those scanners to focus on illegal and severe crimes, like child sexual exploitation, terrorism, drugs, and scams. Meta will also allow users to personalize their approach to political content. Zuckerberg said their content and moderation and trust and safety teams would be leaving California. Here he is.
We're going to move our trust and safety and content moderation teams out of California, and our US-based content review is going to be based in Texas.
What? He's leaving California and going to Texas? Dude, you can't make this up. This is the craziest switch up of 2025, and 2025 just started.
As we work to promote free expression, I think that it will help us build trust to do this work in places where there is less concern about the bias of our teams.
Ooh,
After this news broke, some took to X to share their thoughts. Kentucky Senator Rand Paul tweeted, Meta finally admits to censoring speech. What a great birthday present to wake up to, and a huge win for free speech.
Rand Paul's stoked about this. I don't know about you. I'm so skeptical of Mark Zuckerberg. I don't trust this guy at all. And honestly, he reminds me of a freaking robot. Like, just look at the way that Mark Zuckerberg talks here with Joe Rogan.
Chill week. Yeah, sort of. This recent announcement that you did about...
Like, he doesn't laugh. He just, chill week. It's not chill week. The LA's burning down, bro. Like, what do you mean?
About content moderation. How has that been received?
Probably depends on who you ask.
Right.
But look, I mean, I've been working on this for a long time. So, I mean, you got to do what you think is right.
Doesn't he kind of sound like, or even look like a robot? Like, to me, he sounds like AI.
We've been on a long journey here, right? I mean, it's
we've been on a long journey here. Like, who talks like that?
And I think at some level you start you only start one of these companies if you believe in giving people a voice, right? I mean, the whole point of social media is basically, giving people the ability to share what they want.
Right.
And it goes back to, our original mission is just give people the power to share and make the world more open and connected.
What do you think started the pathway towards increasing censorship? Because clearly we were going in that direction for the last few years. It seemed like we really found out about it when Elon bought Twitter and we got the Twitter files. And when you came on here and when you were explaining the relationship with FBI, where they were trying to get you to take down certain things that were true and real, and certain things they tried to get you to limit the exposure to them. So it's these kind of conversations. Like, when did all that start?
Yeah, well, look, I think going back to the beginning, or like I was saying, I think you start one of these if you care about giving people a voice. I wasn't too deep on our content policies for like the first 10 years of the company. It was just kind of well known across the company that we were trying to give people the ability to share as much as possible. And issues would come up, practical issues, right? So if someone's getting bullied, for example, we deal with that, or we put in place systems to fight bullying.
Right.
If someone is saying, hey, someone's pirating copyrighted content on the service, it's like, okay, we'll build controls to make it so we'll find IP protected content.
Yeah, it's just very interesting that now he's switching up to support Trump and support free speech. He's like kind of following, maybe he's got inspired by Elon Musk, but somebody's actually saying that Mark Zuckerberg wouldn't be removing fact-checking if Kamala Harris had won. So it is very interesting, like, is Mark Zuckerberg doing this for selfish reason? Is he only doing this because Trump won? If Kamala Harris had won, do you think Mark Zuckerberg would still be doing this? Even here's Donald Trump speaking about Mark Zuckerberg.
I think they've come a long way. Meta, Facebook. I think they've come a long way. I watched it. The man was very impressive. I watched it on Fox. I'm not allowed to say that. Say it?
Do you think he's directly responding to the threats that you have made to him in the past?
Probably. Yeah, probably.
It's interesting. And Trump just said that he appreciates Mark Zuckerberg for becoming pro-free speech after their meeting at Mar-a-Lago. Let's listen in.
Statement yesterday that's really talking about free speech. What a difference that is. And so we appreciate that. But I think they've gained a lot of respect.
So it's a huge switch up. So let me know what you think about Mark Zuckerberg. Do you trust him and do you support him in his turn to bring free speech to his platforms now and, essentially, allegedly coming out to support Donald J. Trump? Or are you skeptical? Do you not trust him? I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. Thanks for watching. Take care and God bless, guys.
Wow. That's interesting. That really is interesting. I mean, normally I don't care. I'm just trying to find a way out here. Jeez. Jeez, where's my way out, man? I've been going in a circle trying to get out of this place. Where is my way out? I think I've killed everything in the area 2 times over. Where's my way out? There it is. right, I'm going to stop it here. It's been a long enough video, and like I said, I'll put all the links in there. I'm going to take a break and maybe get a snack. Thanks for watching. Yeah, the Zuckerberg, I mean, he never came off as anything but a weenie. If he's doing what I think he's doing personal development, and he's starting to appreciate, you know, our freedoms, not because he's a libertarian or anything, but because he actually believes in what he just said, then it stands to reason. But in the end, you got to understand, when we voted, we made a decision who's going to be president. And most people, they're just like, the people who supported Kamala, if Kamala won, a lot of people will be switching over to that side. Okay? And this guy seems kind of slimy, where he'll take whatever side is winning. That's what the guy's suggesting, that he seems like the type of guy that'll just go with whoever's dominant, whoever's winning the game. But anyway, you know, it wouldn't be the first person to kiss ass and be slimy about, you know, what they truly believe in. But anyway, thanks for watching. I'll put all the links in the description.